guess it, we're back. The park's waking up. I'm the only one here. It is 5:30 in the morning. The sun's only just coming up, like there's only just light really. And it sounded like there was big rock clacks, but it's all these whip birds just echoing. So much life. But we'll head in, check for tracks, have a sit like usual, just replay what we've done in the past. So with that, let's get our gaiters on, because obviously the creek's not flowing as much, so I shouldn't get wet boots this time. And we'll head on in and have ourselves a cook up, listen. I might actually go up to the rock pools this time to see what it's like after that flooding, because there was a huge tree, if you saw from the video before, I think, that fell down and blocked the whole path up to there pretty much. So I dare say not many people would have gone up there since. Probably. If I'm going up, why not? But that's the plan of attack for today. Check for prints early in the morning and head up to the rock pool and have a cook up. See you there. Alright, we're just up near one of the creek crossings. I'll show you this quickly. So you can see bike tracks have been here. Mountain bikers yesterday or something. See that someone's footprint like the end of their toe kicking out, because when you walk like that, humans, you get the kick out of the toe. But I've just noticed here, alright, so you can also see, Jesus Christ, there's like 2 heel marks, or indents. And this one here, looks like that's your heel. And if you look, it actually goes all the way out to the side there. That is a completely monged foot, if that is a human's foot, and then it comes right up straight here. So you can see that pretty clear, because it's not someone going and then pivoting, because you'd see all this pushed out. This is actually divoted in a bit, and that's definitely a heel or something. You can see that whole outline. What are your thoughts on it? It's not massive, but it's wide as fuck, like I found before at the toe. And I don't know if this is an even bigger one. That's a horse. I think that's a horse hoof, but that one's definitely a footprint. I'm pretty sure it's horse, but there's no others. That's the only weird thing. Like, there'd be a shitload of mess, so that could even be another. I just don't know. But that other one definitely looks like a wide print. Even here, like, this is all skidded and weird. I'm not sure, but if you look right here, that looks like it could be an even smaller heel. But there's just, it's not showing the toes, so it could be anything. But that one to me looks like highly likely that it is a print. Just, you can see how it kicks out. Okay. Very odd. That's from yesterday. So I'm just going to check up here quickly. Just keep walking on the grass. It's possibly, it's just nothing significant enough, just that one down there. I'm going to go across here quickly to find a way across. Check. It's just, as you can see, it was super wide. There has been people walking up here from yesterday. There's a big impression here. It's not like a, it looks like a small wide kid's foot or something. No one. Here we go. That's a kid's foot right there. So is that someone's child? Yeah, probably. It's got pretty fucking wide toes if that's a kid, with how long it is though. So you look at the length, right, and that's pretty average. Like when people do that, the span, I'm an average sized person, and that's the whole length of it, but it's really wide. Like you can't be 100%, it's frustrating. Because what if that's a juvenile that, like Matt has found deep kids' footprints before like that? Why aren't there more than that? Possibly another one there. Where's the rest of them? Where's the other kids' print? So let's just be logical here, like we always are. If this was a kid running around here, you'd think you would see a lot more. But right there, it's just that the whole thing's flat. You can see it. It's literally one step. There's no other kids' tracks back here where it came from. Unless they're on the rock, which is highly possible. And that one looks like a wide print, like these are wide bare feet prints. Like that goes out real wide where the big toe is. I'm just gonna get some photos of this. Have another scope around. As always, let me know your thoughts, comments. Look here. So that you'd think there'd be, look, so you can see this outline goes up like a big toe there, but then like nothing on this side, like, but there's no heel. But that's definitely, like, this could be people, but it's just, I find it very weird that it's so wide, even for a kid's print. Like, look how wide that toe goes out and how fat the other toes are, and that's only very small. That's like so small for a kid. But you can see how wide it is, and I'll say that again, wide, 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 wide. You can tell I'm getting a little excited. You can see there would have been another one here that's been chopped up. There's one there. And this big toe up here, it looks like, really wide again. But look, the toes actually, they're grabbing, like as you would with a barefoot, but then it comes down to thin. But so wide. Obviously mountain bikers have moved that rock. But this is yesterday, these are yesterday's prints because it's rained this morning, early this morning. I'm just going to get some photos and we'll keep moving. Keep an eye out for more prints. There's definitely lots of human tracks and impressions. But those kids ones, that, like I'm seeing tread and boot tracks. But those kids ones are real. To me it's just odd that there isn't shitloads more. But as always, it's inconclusive till you see it doing it, I guess. But yeah, it's just humans, especially kids, make more mess than that. You'd be fucking footprints everywhere. Let me know your thoughts, what you think about it. I think that's pretty odd. I don't want to miss out on an opportunity of casting something just because this is the thing, I always doubt myself because you don't want to just have Bigfoot on the brain. You've got to be really rational. Like, yeah, it looks like a kid's footprint, but it's just real wide at the toes, and the toes seem fat. Like they got more muscle or something in them. Just listening. Yeah, let me know your thoughts as always. It's interesting so far. Who knows, we might get lucky today. Luck is just when preparation and opportunity meet, I believe. See if we can find anything else on the way. So here's some more tracks. Those young kid-sized ones. It's an imprint right there. Looks like an adult foot. Barefoot. Slid down. You can see I think that's the big toe on the right. Possibly on the left, but it kicks out like he's got a hook toe. And there's another, you can see the heel at the back of that brown leaf there, to the right, and then toes up to the left. That's pretty big. But you just can't see heaps of lead up. This could be people. Yeah. So there's your heel start. It goes up to this impression there, like that's where the toes was. Could be a boot, it's old and washed, but also if you have a look, with how hard that's been stood down, this is raised up. So I'm going to stand in it in a minute. Look at this print. That's a footprint. That's a barefoot footprint. Look how deep that is. So that's my print now that I've just stood in. You can see that that's easily a boot shape with how rounded it is. And it's quite raised up. That other one's a bit more than me, slightly underweight, so I'm going to go ahead and say that this could just be people. But that one's barefoot and pretty deep. I'd just, you can't be sure. You never know. Unless it's blatantly obvious, like the other ones I've found in the past. They are wider than a work boot. Tricky stuff. Gotta be rational. Let me know your thoughts. But obviously someone or something's heading up this way barefoot. Keep heading up to our area. See And it's just snapped since last time from the weight of the vine, I'd say. Big break up there, and it's actually blocking access up to this area now. Up to this creek a bit. I'm not saying that something did that. Oh, it looks a bit rotten. A natural fall. Plenty of wallaby and stuff still. I just found another track of something, and it literally looks like the same kid's footprint. Look at the heels hitting first. You can see there's a ridge in the middle of it, and then the foot goes out. So it looks the same. That's what we found as the kid's print. And look, it's about the same fucking size too. And I know for a fact I would not let my kids walk up here barefoot. And I haven't found any other prints. You could have rock top, but look at that, and it's skidded off. It's fresh. Heel, it looks like. And it widens out to where the toes would be right here. And that is literally the same size. And of course there's no others, just one. And check that other side. Take some photos. So with that, I guess you could say it came the same way I did, but I just walked over this sandbar here and there's nothing. You can actually see my prints, and they're just a little bit shallower than whatever did this one. I'll show you quickly. And that's with a hard compact sole, look at that. So they're my prints in softer stuff. And whatever did this. Look, it could be a wallaby or something, but you can see it's like kicked up on the sides when it was wet, that when it stood there. It just doesn't look like a wallaby track to me, a wallaby print. That correlates with the other footprint we found with that heel and everything. Odd. Again, you don't know. Looks like it. Looks like it could be a really nice little juvenile print, or just a kid's footprint, but it's really wide at the toe. It's weird. Matt has found tracks like that out here before, like I said, so I'm going to correlate with him and see if I can find the photos he sent me of his ones. So just get him to resend them, and then we'll put them side by side and see if they look the same. I don't think it'd be from the same person or specimen, being that he found his like 2 years ago, I believe. Let's see if we can find something more as we go up. It's starting to look promising. I've never ever found kids' prints or anything here. Barefoot, I wouldn't go barefoot here, to be honest. It's just the amount of snakes that I've seen. And ants, jumping jacks, huge bull ants, yowies. Let's see what we can find as we head up. I just heard something moving up there. A real faint rustle. just as context, it's a wallaby tracks in soft sand, and that's obviously, you know, that they jump and thud, and look how deep it is compared to that other one, nowhere near as deep. That's obviously their tail coming through, but that's their actual tracks there. So whatever did that other one was heavier than a wallaby. Okay. That looks like a footprint. Could be a boot. You got these big divots here. That's a big one. That's a big divot, bigger than my boot would make. But you got a little step up there. Another one here. Another one just there. But look how. That's a left foot, right foot, and that stride look, it's about a bit wider than mine. I think that's person. I think that's boots. Where'd they go after that? I think it's two separate people. That's a pretty bloody straight line that he's stepped in, and then he's obviously brushed against the tree there. Starting to get hard to pick it up on camera because the light's coming up more. But you can see there's one there, and one there. The stride between these two is big. That's bigger than, that's like a jump step for me. But these other two, that's like dead straight, which is a bit odd. And it looks like there is a bit of a kick in the middle of each of them, but see, it's not very wide. Oh, I can't get this camera. There we go. There you go, you can see that. And the next step is there. And then with this one, you got a step there. That's a right foot. It looks like into a left foot that's divoted down, and they're about the same stride between them, to be honest. No, that's longer than my step, my stride. So if I'm there, it's about the same size as my boot. But yeah, no, that's the heel starts at the tip of my toe. So that's a long shot. That's someone taller than me, someone or something taller than me. It's interesting. Obviously, it's hard to tell if it's a barefoot in this gravel pack. I wonder what it looks like. There you go. 1, 2, so right foot, and that's your left foot I could see. Sorry, left, right, Jesus. And then here you can see that big impression there, which looks like a right foot, and then the left foot just in front of these brown leaves. So it's two separate people or things. It is a significantly, I don't know if that's the right word, it's definitely longer than my stride, like I just showed. It's another foot in front of my stride. So where I land walking normally, it's got a whole, that's where its heel starts at the tip of my toes. So that's like I said, that's a jump step for me. It's starting to look promising, but again, you've got to be rational and maybe just assume that it could be people. Another deep impression there. See if we can find more heading up, because they're definitely not mine from last time, because this was flooded and obviously it has dropped since then, clearly. Other people could have came up to have a look, but that stride's fucking, they're tall people but with small feet. That's the thing, it's about the same length as my work boot, but the stride is just, like other times I've found it, feet were about the same size as mine, but the stride was way longer. My chair mark's still here. You can see how much more worn it is than those prints. It's from one of my legs on the chair. This is where I was last time. And the water was full here and just flowing. I might just go straight to the rock pools instead of up to the X marker. Because I want to see if there's any more prints from people or things. This is why it's tricky to keep your eyes up walking on this creek bank. I almost just went face to face with this golden orb. Man, that wouldn't have been fun. So obviously, if anything has come up here, it's come through this way. No thanks. There's no prints on this stuff. It's weird how all of a sudden there's nothing and then that other kid's looking foot one. Unless it's gone through the bush. This beautiful pool. There's another one. Unless it's just Bigfoot on the brain, I don't know. That looks like that same size kid heel and toes towards me. It could just be anything, but fuck me, that looks just like it. It really does look like it. Rule out, it's probably nothing. But have a look at that, that literally looks spot on. There's not more than one though. So you can't see how long the stride is. Where did that come from? That's fallen off a big tree somewhere. It's half dead and half green. Oh no, that's all dead. The green's this one that's bent over. You can see that snapped off from up there somewhere. Again, blocking the creek. This way. I got another impression. The same size as that kid's foot. I don't know if that's a toe there or not. Can't make it out, but there's definitely an impression there from something. Up around. Quick look up here. Right now we're at where there's a big tree that fell down a while ago. Maybe 2 months ago. 2 to 3 months ago. It's actually blocking access to the rock pools. I'm going to go up and around it. So all those impressions I found look like they're about a day old. He's right here somewhere. There he is. He's right there. G'day, mate. Morning. I believe that's him. quick squiz over here for tracks. Questions, because maybe whatever way that I went up and around that way, because it's clear up there. That means that they would be they then would be coming from this direction. There's lots of indents in the gravel, so a lot of people could have come up here since. Big red core hole, burrow. Well, we made it to the rock pools. Bit weird, there's one random ass rock there. It stinks here. Rotting, stagnant peat. Which is weird because it just flooded, so it really shouldn't be, especially when there's still flow. Usually we'd sit there. Might go back down. Something big just jumped in. Might head back down to this little section back down there and set up and rest and fucking have something to eat. We'll trip over sticks. Ow. Motherfucker. Just got some snags this morning. I do have noodles, but I'm not overly hungry. Snags and a coffee. Can't beat it. Just gonna sit and listen for a bit and we might just head back out. Have another look at those footprints on the way out. Alright, that's us done. Today we're going to head out now. It's starting to get a bit overcast, I don't really want to get rained on, even though it'll probably be light. I'm already wet from sweating, so rather not have my equipment get wet. So I have got the hand reel out. I did see a pool on the way up with a big freshwater crane in it. So let's see if I can catch him with some sausage on the way out. Right. I didn't catch any fresh crays, but I came back to that footprint, the really small one, and decided to cast it because I don't want to miss out in case it is, but just looking at more footage of it. There's lots of turkeys walking around just listening. After looking at the footage of it when I was eating, all the pictures and stuff, it looks like there's only 3 to 4 max toes, unless one's tiny and missing. It's really, really odd. So I know the last prints that I'm almost 100%, 99% that they were a proper footprint, which is like a bit down earlier in the videos. I didn't cast it because I was still in the mind of, oh no, it's probably a person. But just the circumstances didn't make sense. So the 2 meter radius around, no other prints or anything, so it wasn't a jump and slide. Same with this one, there's only one. There's no other prints I can find except for across the way that look like one big footprint that's wide at the toes. But you can't see the toes, you can just see where it goes off wide and then no toes. And then the 2 others that I found upstream of the exact same size. I know I'm only measuring it like that, but I'm fully extending my hand, and that's pretty much. So of course the one day my tape measure isn't here, so I might get a stick and measure it out. But it's definitely, unless it's just a really odd placement of something else that isn't a footprint, I'd be safe than sorry, and not regret it, not regret casting it. So you can see it's even pushed the soil downhill. we'll have another examination of it. It's pushed, when it stood, it actually pushed all this down. So it had some sort of form of weight, and it's just longer than my hand width, like that, maybe 10 centimetres. So it's not massive, but look how wide it is. That's the edge of the big toe to there. That's pretty wide for a kid's foot, but I know kids get big feet, but there's just something about this one that looks weird. I've seen kids' footprints here before and they look just different. So like I said earlier, I'll ask Matt to send me the photos. He's found it here before that were really deep in soft mud and sand of kids' prints with big adult barefoot feet beside it. But you look at this area and like, yeah, you'd play in here barefoot, but it just, you've got these other prints around here. Like that could be bare feet. That's actually a shoe, you can tell, because it's pointed in the middle. Like it's, so look, you'd expect to see more than just one. That really is like the defining factor. And the only other ones, like I said, is found is way upstream, where you would not let your kid walk without shoes on, and there's no other footprints apart from the two sizes, like with a long stride that I found that you saw already. But obviously you got to be rational. You don't know, it could be someone, but I'd rather just get this and see how it goes. This is my first time casting, so who knows how it's going to turn out. We'll stay till like 9. Hopefully it's dry enough. I did put a bit of flame on it just to try and dry it quicker, because I've limited for time, but we'll see. You can see that's my footprint, or a footprint, boot print. It's pretty obvious. Clearly a barefoot, and why is it coming from up here where you'd think there'd be more, and there is none? Yeah, there's one perfect one there. Could possibly be another one. Yep, that looks like, it's so hard to show on camera. So this is the left side, and their toe goes up to there, and see how much it's skidded up and lifted that soil. So that could be another one. So there should be one over there, which there isn't. There's just bike tracks and a boot print, and then you got one over there. So is that a jump to the rocks and then to there? Because that's a left foot also. So the one we cast looked like a left foot. So left foot jump, maybe another left foot, and who fucking knows. Heading up the creek. Also very weirdly, it's a perfectly smooth rock sitting on the edge. But yeah, we'll see how this cast turns out. See if we can see any downward ridges or anything. Go from there. Hopefully it turns out alright. I'm going to put it in my cooler bag and carry it separate. Try and keep it in one piece. But I don't think I've got enough time to wait for it to dry completely, so we'll see. I just came across some hikers coming down the fire trail, and I kid you not, I had my cooler bag over the print with some leaves, and I kid you not, you can actually see that's where they put their pole as they walked past. It's their footprint, and they walked right here, and I was like, oh no. That was all good. Well, it looks like she's getting nice and hard now, so I'll give it another, probably to a 9, and then I'm going to get my machete out and peel right under each side of it, like deeper, and try and lift it out as a whole. And I've got some sticks wedged into my bag here, as you can see, to keep it squared. And these plastic bags, just more padding. I don't know if the icebox is going to do much. It might help it. Who knows? It might help it set. I'm going to carry it out. Fingers crossed we get a nice look at it at the bottom. See how we go. Right, just had a dig. And it looks like we've got, oh yeah, baby. Perfect print. You can see how wide it goes up to here. That's the big toe there. This nodule. 1, 2, 3. I think there is 5 toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I'll rinse it off when I get home. Oh yeah, first cast worked out pretty well. Get some opinions on it and see. I've already sent Gary a message. Gary Lennon, he reckons it looks like a print. So I'll send it to a few more people and see how we go. Of course, no one will know 100% for sure. We can never be sure unless we see whatever that's made it has made the print. Like, do it. So, time to head home. Watching, appreciate it. Pretty good finds today with the footprints and everything. I'm pretty certain that this is because kids are messy. Like you'd see shitloads. Like I say this every time, humans are messy. This is just obviously you can't be sure, but I think we're pretty lucky for what we found here. So we'll see how we go. Type of material it was sitting on, but you can see that's your big toe right there. That's considerably bigger and longer than the rest. So 1, 2, 3. You see the 4 and 5. That's a big toe. Like literally, that's a big toe. But that is a big toe to have. See, obviously it stood on something, and I'll correlate the picture after this. These divots there, in the actual sand, there are raised up bits of sand, so that's why they're dug in, but you can pretty clearly see that that's a nice looking cast. I might have to get an old toothbrush and just have a little bit of a scratch around. But other than that, I'm very happy with that as a first attempt. You can see this pretty clearly. You can see the toes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even the shape of that little toe. You just see that one. These ones barely, but that big toe, that's the top of the big toe there. Possibly a nail structure. There's a little line here, possibly. But other than that, I am very happy with that. First ever time using the material. There we go.